Hello there, this is going to be a speed paint of my character Chrome. I'm deciding to do an audio recording of my voice speaking over this because I don't want this video to be taken down if I happen to play some copyrighted music or whatever. So starting off here the video, I'm just sketching his face and slightly warping whatever I think looks a bit off that I don't want to completely redraw. And eyes are always really important in drawing a character. And my character's hair, he has like this real emo type of look that it can be a bit challenging to pull off and not make it look just like a bowl. But I try. And he also wears this necklace that has kind of beads and then a fang or a tooth in the middle. And then his clothes here, they're, well, I guess you'll see how they end up looking later in the video, but just sketching the clothes and again, reworking things that might look a bit off to try to, make it look right, all in the process of sketching. And then starting right now, I lower the opacity of the sketch and start line arting. And, you have to redraw the same line over and over again for it to come out properly when you're line arting. And I'll admit I'm a bit rusty when it comes to line arting because I haven't been doing it much lately. And some lines just take like a gazillion different tries to get it right. And well, yeah, continuing on with the hair, I really like how the hair came out. I'm quite proud of myself actually. And then on a layer above the hair, I'm starting off the eyes, just so get an idea of how his face is going to look before I move on to the rest of the body. And as you can see, I kind of moved his eyes up from where I sketched them to be, and then the rest of his face too, and also his face shape I had to edit because it looks a bit off. And I didn't notice that it looked off in the sketch, so I just, worked it in the line art. This is why I think line arting is useful, because you get another refresher look at the drawing before you start painting. And when you start painting, it's a bit hard to go back. And I kind of took the lazy way in doing the necklace by just, stroking a selection and duplicating it. But, as things go, line arting can be a bit of a pain in the arse, so I try to, take as many shortcuts as I can, but still make it look crisp and nice. And you see me occasionally look back to the original drawing that I've done of Chrome, just to see if I've got everything accurate, and you kind of might have noticed that I extended the shirt in the bottom, that I had it cut off where the sleeve cut off. And then there also I went into the liquify tool and, remove part of his man boob because I didn't like how that looked. And then now we're done with the line art and we're moving on to base colors. And I do base colors a very long and painful way of doing base colors. I select everything around it and then fill it in with a gradient. And I just do the gradient in case I have any inconsistencies in color where the bucket might not work. I find that the gradient is a bit nicer for that. And then how I do my base colors too, I organize them by order of this is more specific and, detailed, so I'm going to do that above the layers of the broader color areas, so that way I can allow myself to get sloppier as I proceed with the drawing, because I also get kind of fed up with doing base colors because it's a bit troublesome. This is sped up around 20 times, I'm fairly sure, so you can imagine this took quite a bit of time in real time. Especially considering Chrome's clothes that has all of these little holes in them and stuff like that. It was quite a pain and I was quite irritated, but I got through it. It also should be noted that I've done this drawing all in one sitting, so now it's like 3 hours after I started, I'm quite fed up with looking at it, even though I'm really happy with how it turned out. But yeah, I'm just finishing up the base colors here. And starting off with the hair, I make a clipping mask over the hair, and if you want to know what a clipping mask is, I suggest you look it up. They're very useful things in Photoshop. And so this layer here, where I select things that I don't want to, paint over in case the hair's going in different directions, and then I'm just, drawing hair strand at a time. I'm sure he'd have more strands than the strands that I actually drew. And then here I'm erasing bits where the highlight's going to go, because if you notice where there's highlight, you don't actually see as much the separate strands. And then here, just another clipping mask on top of the necklaces, another clipping mask on top of the skin. And clipping masks are really my best friends. And painting here, while painting I'm using a brush tool with 0% hardness. It's just your default brush with an opacity jitter by pressure on the tablet, right? And I'm doing, pressing Alt to like eyedropper colors so then I can, you know, kind of blend things. And here working on the eyes, and you see me return to the original drawing I've done of Chrome to eyedropper the colors that I picked out originally, because I'm really happy with those colors and how they came out. So I want to try to keep that consistent within, you know, the rest of my drawings that pertain of him. And here I darkened the white background so I could get a lesser level of contrast while coloring the darker shirt, because if not I can't really see and it hurts my eyes. And then right now this is the last level of shading, and I was quite fed up with this drawing by this point, and I really wanted to get it done, but I wanted to get it done properly. And so, you know, highlight, shading, painting, then multiply layer, and then merge everything, and multiply layer over everything, and then finish. And so here's the completed drawing. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.